Pitching is fantastic when it's going your way. The Phillies have seen their fair share of faces this season. There have been some new faces, some very new faces, and some old familiar faces. There are some we haven't seen in a while. Others have left and returned on a mission. In the end, the mound will reveal the team's ultimate future. Tonight, another opportunity knocks on the door of the immediate future. Good evening, everyone, from sold-out PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Welcome to Phillies baseball, game one of a three-game series. The Phils and the Pittsburgh Pirates, a gorgeous night for baseball here in Pittsburgh, PA. Gary Callis along with Chris Wheeler. Sarge Matthews will be along shortly. And the Phillies pitching has really picked up wheels, and they need it in this stretch drive.
Oh, absolutely, Harry. You know, their starting pitching's been okay. When you consider all the guys that you just showed it there in that opening, all the guys that have been in and out of this rotation this year, all the problems that they've had, all the different types of pitchers, injuries, and, you know, that's fairly respectable right there. The earned run average is under a 5. You know, you'd like to have it lower than that, but they've done a pretty good job. And their last 4 starts right now at 3.20. Now, you talk about the flux in your starting rotation. A perfect example is here tonight. Adam Eaton goes on the disabled list, and they go to J.D. Durbin, who will have the start here tonight. He has started 4 other games, a record of 3-1, 2 games on the road, pitched really well out in Los Angeles and San Diego, and there are the overall numbers on him. Probably too many walks, too many hits. His numbers aren't that great, but the bottom line is the guy has pretty much kept him in every start that he's had so far this year. That's what they're asking for. They're going to need that tonight because the guy they're facing in Gorzolani is a heck of a pitcher who's very, very hot, so they need some innings and some quality innings out of J.D. Durbin tonight.
Tom Gorzolani is coming off a shutout of the San Francisco Giants. And we'll be back with the starting lineups for game one of this series right after these messages. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Citizens Bank, not your typical bank. By Southwest Airlines, taking low fares farther. Visit southwest.com. By Toyota Tundra, it's a smart way to keep moving forward. And by Independence Blue Cross. When you have the most preferred health plan in the region, you'll never feel alone. Back at PNC Park in Pittsburgh, the Pirates have taken the field for game one. Charlie Manuel's starting lineup. Jimmy Rollins shortstop leads off. Tadahito Iguchi at second base bats second. Matt Burrell left field hitting third. Ryan Howard first base bats fourth. Aaron Rowan center field hitting fifth. Jason Worth right field bats sixth. Wes Helms third base hitting seventh. Chris Coase catches the ninth batting eighth. J.D. Durbin the pitcher hitting ninth. That lineup facing 25-year-old Tom Gorzolani.
Tom Gorzolani, one of the hottest pitchers in baseball right now, coming off a complete game shutout against the Giants last week out in San Francisco, starting his 24th game tonight, going for his 12th win. Good ball strike ratio, our Southwest Airlines scouting report. Fastball's a sinker, 86-90. He will challenge hitters. This guy comes right after hitters, and he has an outstanding changeup. We'll use it anytime. He's a strike thrower, a quick worker, and a hot pitcher.
Well, here's our Key State Chrysler Jeep keys to the game. Need J.D. Durbin to stay within himself. First pitch strikes always helps. And you always need the first game of the series. Seems to settle down the team when you do that.
Jimmy Rollins leads it off. J-Roll hitting at 288. Gorzolani has never faced the Phils. Fastball for a strike, 0-1 to Jimmy Rollins. A little bit low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Wide, 2-1.
You see some of the scoreless innings, some streaks going on. Webb, 33 innings.
Brandon Webb has the Braves tonight in Atlanta with a 33 in a row. You see Gorzolani with 12. There's Cole Hamels, 12 and a third. He did a really good job last night in that tremendous heat down in Washington.
Sure did.
All those pitches early in the game and hung in there.
J-Roll started down to first base. He is called back by plate umpire Sam Olbrich. It's a full count to Jimmy Rollins.
And J-Roll trying to stay off of that high fastball. That's what's getting him into a little bit of trouble.
In the air to left field, Jason Bay comes on. And that's one down here in the first. It'll bring on Tadahito Iguchi. Iguchi hitting at 307. One and nothing to Iguchi. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant tonight is Diane Osterhout of Salem, Pennsylvania. If Phil's hit a home run this game, Diane wins $100. Right now, only a McDonald's any size premium roast coffee is just 69 cents. Falls behind Iguchi, 3-0. Walked him on 4 pitches, so Iguchi is aboard with 1 out. It'll bring on Pat Burrell. Daryl and Matty Keith of Myerstown, Pennsylvania, here cheering for the Phils.
Pat Burrell had never hit a home run in this ballpark until last year, and boom, there he hit one. Phillies have not been here for a long time. You see the date on that, April the 30th. So it's been since last April. They have never played very well here. They are just 7-12 in what is really a gorgeous ballpark.
Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1 to Burrow. Daryl and Matty Keith of Myerstown celebrating their 50th anniversary here at PNC Park, cheering for the Phils. Quite a few Phillies fans in attendance for this weekend series here in Pittsburgh. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Jimmy Rollins got himself out, as Gary was mentioning. He's trying to stay off the high fastball and wound up swinging at one anyway and popping that pitch up 3-2. And nice job by Iguchi. Very, very patient. 11 wins this year for Tom Gorzolani, one of 6 National League lefties.
Missed the fastball, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, good fastball to hit. He's throwing his fastball right at about 90. Watch where this pitch is. That's just swinging through, but you notice how Pat turned his head a little bit. That's when you're trying to hit the ball maybe a little bit too hard.
Two balls and 2 strikes. It's full count.
Gorzolani, well, pitchers nowadays always seem to work off extreme corners of the pitching rubber. And you watch him, here's Ryan Howard on deck. He works right out of the middle, basically. A lot of these guys that throw changeups and sinkers, especially left-handers, will work on one side or the other. He's right in the middle.
Walks Burrow, back-to-back walks to Iguchi and Burrow. For Pat, his 85th walk. He's 3rd in the league in getting walks. And the Phils have 2 men on base and with 1 out for Ryan Howard.
This guy, there's Jim Tracy, their manager. Gorzolani is really, really tough on left-handed hitters. 190 with 2 home run balls off him so far this year. Phillies just playing the 1 left-handed hitter tonight, Ryan Howard.
Howard 2nd in the league in homers, 33, leads the league in RBIs, 98. One strike.
Ryan, just 115 lifetime against the Pittsburgh Pirates. There you see him against left-handed pitching, better since May 28th, but he's struggling against everybody right now.
That pitch is almost right down the middle. Those are the type of pitches you want to swing at as opposed to the slider in the dirt.
Wide with that one. 1 ball and 1 strike.
See what he's done in the last 19 games. A lot of strikeouts in there.
One and two. The McKee boys are here. Chuck, Dan, Mark, George, and Bud. Sending their best to Jack and Isabel McKee, watching a game back in Wildwood, New Jersey. Jack celebrating his 81st birthday on this August 17th. He balls and 2 strikes to Howard. Two men on base, 1 out here in the first. Count's gone full. A lot of pitches being thrown by Corzolani here in the first inning.
31 or 21 already.
No control. His fastball. He's not able to get comfortable with any of his pitches so far. Fastball or the breaking ball. Type of pitchers you want to try and get early before they settle in.
Yeah, because he's been in a really good groove, and you get the feeling he could get into it again.
Just because he strike out, for me, I wouldn't be sending the runners.
Popped him up. Third baseman Castillo puts it away. So Howard is retired for round number 2, and we'll bring on Aaron Rowan.
Get a chance to see where this actually pitch is. I guess not, but you could tell the way he swung at the ball, it was inside. See, I tried to pull his hands in a little bit. You can see that pitch there, and that pitch was inside. So the catcher reaching over toward the inside part of the plate.
Rowan hitting a .308. 19 homers. He has knocked in 65. One strike. Two strikes. Corzolani, second round draft pick in the 2003 draft. Comes out of Marist, Illinois, and went to the University of Kansas and Triton Junior College. Came up at the end of last year at 11 starts, went 2 and 5 for the Bucks. Grounded up the middle, fielded by Eastouris. He shovels to Sanchez. And Corzolani gets out of the inning. No runs, no hits, 2 left after 1/2. Phillies nothing. Pittsburgh coming to bat.
We're not just proud of the player he is, but of the person he is. Get a special Jamie Moyer Pride of the Phillies poster August 23rd at 1:05 during the Citizens Bank Business Person Special. Order now at Phillies.com.
Phillies did not score in the top of the first. Jim Tracy's starting lineup for the Bucks. Nate McLaughlin center field leads off. Freddie Sanchez second base. Adam LaRoche first base. Jason Bay left field. Jose Bautista right field. Jose Castillo third base. Ronnie Paulino catching. Cesar Eastouris the shortstop, and Tom Corzolani is the pitcher, facing 25-year-old J.D. Durbin.
5th start for J.D. Durbin. Been a couple weeks since he's had a starting assignment as he went back into the bullpen, but had him eaten on the disabled list, and Durbin moves into the rotation night. There are his overall numbers, including an outing with Arizona this year. Southwest Airlines scouting report on him: a sinking fastball in the low 90s. Slowing everything down seems to work for him. Take a deep breath and getting into the rotation again, trying to make an impression.
2 balls and no strikes to McLeod. McLeod hitting at .247. Misses with the first 3 pitches, 3-0. McLeod has been hot, a 10-game hitting streak, hitting .350 in the last 10. Walked him on 4 pitches.
That was a pretty good pitch. Watch that. That ball looked to be right there, but for whatever reason, Sam didn't call it. So I think JD was actually staring in like he just couldn't believe it.
Here it is.
That might have been off the plate. Good call.
Here's Freddie Sanchez. He's batting at .302. JD has not thrown a strike as yet. 1 ball and no strikes.
He needs to get into that rhythm. Not going to be able to get away with walking batters with any major league team.
McLeod is a base stealer. He's 9 for 9 in stolen bases. Pirates a team, not a very good base stealing club, but this guy is at first base. One ball and 1 strike.
There's those consecutive steals again. McLeod up there 16 and moving up.
Sanchez won the batting crown last year with a .344 average.
This guy insides out a lot of balls, stayed through the ball.
Foul that one straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Usually puts the ball in play. He actually swung at that pitch as if it was a hit and run. He usually doesn't swing at a lot of bad balls. Hard to do that when you lead the league in hitting.
One of Durbin's wins this year has been against Pittsburgh. He was the recipient of a lot of run support. Bills beat Shane Newman 10-5 that day.
It makes those pitchers just settle down once they end up getting runs, especially the younger guys. Any of the pitchers will feel good if you take your number 1s and 2s. Those guys can battle, nothing, 5th, 6th. You settle down the rest of that staff.
One and 2 to Freddie Sanchez. McLeod at first base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. He got a big jump, and there's a hit to right field. McLeod is being waved around, and he's going to score without a play.
Yeah, that's a heads-up call is for sure. Third base coach sending them all the way, reading the play. He never really hesitated, just kept going, The good thing about that, and the way he read it, was that when the ball was actually thrown in to second base, guys hustling all the way, Sanchez was getting ready to act like he was going to go to second. See words coming into your pitcher as he throws to second. Should have been lined up there for home. Now watch how he goes hard the whole way, and this is what makes it easy for your third base coach. He never hesitates, trusting him all the way, and they stole a run.
There's a line drive, and it's going to be a double play. Hit right on the nose by Adam LaRoche. But Sanchez is doubled off. So 2 outs and no base runners.
Nothing any runner can do. The line drive behind him, even if he had just stayed and froze, he would have been out.
Jason Bay takes it inside for a ball. On the outside corner, 1-1 the count to Bay. Bay hitting at .255. 10th in the league in RBIs. 78 runs batted in. 2 balls and a strike. Two and two. Jose Bautista on deck. High fly ball into left field. Pat Burrell backtracking a couple of steps, puts it away. Pirates on the board. They get a run, 1 hit, and nobody left. After 1-0 Pittsburgh. Second inning, 1-0 Pittsburgh, and Jason Worth leads it off for the Phils. Worth hitting at .252. 5 homers, 19 RBIs. All of his home runs have been hit on the road. One ball and no strikes. Over at the knees, 1-1 the count to Worth. Popped him up. First baseman LaRoche puts it away. 1 down here in the second. When the Phillies return home, the Los Angeles Dodgers will be at Citizens Bank Park Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday and Wednesday, 7:05 games. Thursday will be 1:05 Citizens Bank Business Person Special. Pride of the Phillies Prince for all fans. And it'll also be a rooftop Thursday. Kids can run the base after the game, courtesy of Modell Sporting Goods. Order your tickets to the Dodgers series, 215-463-1000, or online at Phillies.com. There's Wes Helms. He's the only one that has faced Gorzelani coming into this game. 0 for 2 against Gorzelani with a strikeout and a walk. Hitting at .253. Ball on the strike to Wes Helms. Fastball inside. Fly ball right field, deep to right, but back there is Bautista. He makes the catch in front of the warning track. So Helms is out on deep fly ball to right. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard this afternoon, the Cubs briefly halted those charging St. Louis Cardinals. 2-1 final. Rich Hill got the win. Braden Looper took the loss. Ryan Dempster is saved. So the Cubs are now tied at the top of the National League Central with the Brew Crew, Milwaukee, and St. Louis is 3 back. St. Louis is pressing those top 2 clubs.
They've been playing excellent baseball, and the 2 teams at the top have been losing.
Chris Coase rips a base hit to left field, so he is a 2-out base runner. And we'll bring on J.D. Durbin. Durbin's 4 for 11 as a hitter, hitting .364. Fly ball center field. McLeod takes care of that one for the Phils in the second. No runs, a hit, and one left. We go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Pittsburgh. You missed the Eagles preseason game against the Carolina Panthers. Here's another chance to see the Birds in action. Catch a replay of the Eagles-Panthers preseason matchup Sunday night at 7, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Jose Bautista leads it off for Pittsburgh here in the second, hitting at .260. 9 homers. He has knocked in 41. Buccos lead 1-0. One strike to Bautista.
These unis really look different. These are new for them this year, and they wear them on selected home dates.
They really do.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like the Pittsburgh Pirates does.
Except for the sleeveless look, and that, you know, you get so used to that sleeveless look in some of their great teams back in the 60s. But that red, I guess it's red, looks very different. Seen on TV a few times, but it's our first time in person to see it.
Does not look like the Buccos. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Mets have jumped on top of Washington 1-0 in the second. Damian easily a home run. Breaking ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pretty well hit to right field, but Worth is there, makes the catch, and that's 1 down. And it'll bring on Jose Castillo. Castillo hitting at .264. Pirates have struggled this year. They are last in the Central Division by 11 games behind Milwaukee.
Combination of their pitching and hitters.
One thing they haven't done as a team is walk, even though they got a leadoff walk from McLeod tonight. They have the fewest walks in the National League.
You look at their averages and just the production on a lot of the guys. It's just not there to be having a winning team or winning season.
Grounded to Howard. That's 2 down. That'll bring on Ronnie Paulino. Well, the Mets will be at Citizens Bank Park for a big 4-game series at the end of this month. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 27th, 28th, and 29th, 7:05. Thursday, the 30th, will be a Citizens Bank Business Person Special at 1:05. Also a rooftop Thursday, big series with the Mets. Order your tickets 215-463-1000 or online at Phillies.com. Ronnie Paulino hitting at .242. 8 homers. He has knocked in 38. One ball and 1 strike to Paulino. Two and one. Phillies fans, Clyde and Sarah Heller and Jim and Kitty Heller are here. Coming from Philly for this weekend series. Low throw, but it's dug out by Ryan Howard, and that will be all for the Pirates here in the second. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. After 2, Pirates 1, Phils nothing. Time now for the Dodge Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fan forum section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line. Tonight's Dodge Stump the Fans trivia quiz. Which player did Pittsburgh pirate away from Philadelphia, thus earning their current name? The answer will be revealed in the 7th inning. Jimmy Rollins leads it off for the Phils here in the 3rd. 1-0 Pittsburgh. J-Ro fly to left his first time up.
Phillies hitters should have a little bit better idea after the 2nd time around. Nothing exceptional. This guy comes right over the top, throws the ball right about 90, 88 for the fastball. That's good to hit.
1-1 strike to Jimmy Rollins. Grounded just foul. 1-2 to J-Roll. Into left center field, and that is fielded nicely by Bay. J-Roll will still get 2 on it. Bay cut it off before it could get to the fence, but Jimmy Rollins a leadoff double. And he is at second base with nobody out for Tadahito Iguchi.
Bay actually made a play to keep J-Roll from getting a triple as he barehands the ball. Ball hit in the gap, out over the plate. You can see he has a little beat of skips. Doesn't go hard. There's a difference in the feel, and he gets it back in good fashion.
So Rollins at second base, nobody out for Iguchi. Gonna try to bunt him to third. Took the pitch high for a ball, 1-0.
Guy like Iguchi hits the ball the other way. Charlie Manuel probably just leave it up to him, whatever way he wants to get him over, especially off a left-hander.
1-0 the count to Iguchi. Bunting foul, 1-1 strike. Rollins second base. Nobody out here in the 3rd. Pirates are leading 1-0. Fly ball shallow right field. Caught out there by Bautista, and J-Roll will have to hold on at second base. So that's 1 down, and that'll bring on Pat Burrell, who walked his first time up.
Not too good of a job, obviously, in trying to get J-Roll over. If you're going to bunt, you're going to sacrifice and bunt. He tried to drag bunt. Next pitch inside and trying to inside out the pitch up and in. It's a difficult pitch to hit over on the right side.
Keeping an eye on Rollins now. Since Iguchi did not move him, they feel like he might be more prone to try to steal third.
He could too, though. He has a pretty big leg kick, pretty deliberate in coming to the plate. Somewhere right about 1-3, 1-4. Usually guys that are 1-4, you can almost walk down to second or the third. Guys that are base stealers, they keep you at bay right about 1-1 to 1-2. Got to get an excellent jump.
Well, he is keeping his eye on J-Roll. And a cut, fouled it back. 1 strike to Pat Burrell. That one's low. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Right over the top. But you see how slow it is? He's so deliberate and trying to make sure his mechanics are just right.
Burrell fouls it back up over the screen. A ball and 2 strikes to Pat Burrell. Jimmy Round, second base, 1 down here in the 3rd. Just missed inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Pat Burrell getting a steady diet of fastballs. Usually that's what happens when you get a runner on second and he can still. He throws that curveball, and if he does, 2-2 would usually be the count. You try and do that.
Line drive, just fair down into the corner. Jimmy Rollins will score. Ground rule double as it goes into the stands, and the Phils have tied it here at 1-1 on the RBI double by Pat Burrell.
That's 14 1/3 scoreless innings for Gorzolani. Now that goes down the tube as Pat Burrell ripped that ball down the line in the seats.
Yeah, fastball, not cutting. This ball just right over the top. Bam, as he hits it. Good mechanics on it as he shoots it right into the stands. Automatic double.
And it'll bring on Ryan Howard, who popped up his first time up. They do not put the shift on Howard the way most clubs do. Shortstop Cesar Izturis is on the 3rd base side of the bag. He's deep and fairly close to bag at second.
Sometimes they'll do that with a left-handed pitcher, but I think when the Pirates were in Philadelphia, they were doing it almost all the time, even with a right-handed pitcher. Sometimes with a lefty, they'll do it because he might have more of a tendency to hit the ball towards the middle as to pull everything.
Pops this one up, foul 3rd base side. Castillo has room and makes the play, and that's 2 down. And we'll bring on Aaron Rowan. Rowan grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. Burrell second base with 2 outs. One and nothing to Rowan.
Now here's the guy that needs to get back to hitting the ball hard. Has a lot of success when he does that. Been striking out quite a bit and coming off of pitches. You got to take it one day at a time. One at bat at a time.
Ground ball shortstop. Izturis throws Rowan out. Phillies tie it with a run on 2 hits and 1 left. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Phils 1, Pirates 1. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Taking low fares farther, visit southwest.com. By Dodge, to get anywhere, you have to grab life by the horns. By McDonald's, any size premium roast coffee is just 69 cents. And by your local Chevy dealer. Shop and compare at ChevyShowcase.com. Cesar's Tourist leads it off, looks at a strike. Shortstop hitting at .253. One ball and one strike. Two balls and a strike.
There's Mr. Wilson. Had 200 hits playing shortstop a couple years ago.
Well, he's Torres is a switch hitter, and he's really hitting well left-handed. Came into this game hitting .367 left-handed, just a .150 right-handed. And he leads it off with a base hit. Turkey Hill, the official ice cream of the Phillies, is proud to contribute to Phillies charities $100 for each Phillies win and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Grand Slam ice cream sold to local retailers during the 2007 season. Barzalani, just 3 for 45. He'll be up there to try to move the runner along with the bunt. He has 4 sacrifices. Gets the bunt down nicely. Fielded by Coast. Sacrifice is good. Torres moves up to second base on the sacrifice. And with 1 out, it'll bring on Nate McLeod. McLeod walked and scored the Pirates' run his first time up. One and nothing to Nate McLeod.
And these are the clubs that are real tough to play. Even though they're in last place, they have a tendency to play a little looser than the clubs that have something to work for. And certainly the Phillies, they do.
This one gets through Coast and moving up to third base is Torres. Probably be a wild pitch. We'll have to wait and see how they score it.
The Phils look like they're bringing that infield in. You can watch the pitch here, and it just they gave him a pass ball, and gave him a pass ball simply because he was reaching for the ball, and it did seem to go off the glove.
Chris did not shift his weights. Tried to reach and catch it and did not catch it, so it'll be a pass ball on Coast. Runner at third base now, and the Phillies bring the infield in. That one's high. 3-0 to McLeod. Walked him on 4 pitches again. So on the second walk, both of them to McLeod. Runners at first and third with 1 out for Freddie Sanchez. He's single to right his first time up.
Well, Freddie, a good situational hitter. We already mentioned that he led the league in hitting last year. That's no fluke. This guy's a solid hitter. Not big in stature, but certainly in the heart department. See where he's hitting this year. It was hurt a little bit. Numbers are down. Got those RBIs near 49. He'll end up somewhere around 70, 80 or so.
It's important what Costa's doing right now, too, going out in front of home plate, giving signs to the middle infielders and what they're going to do if McLeod, the base stealer, decides to go here.
Fouls it out of play to Sanchez. 1 strike to Freddie Sanchez.
.330 with runners in scoring position. It's May 13th. Well, it's being able to get the job done.
It's a good time to do that step off like that and fake, just in case he's thinking about running every once in a while. It doesn't happen that often, but that's one of those situations where it's a good time to call that and just see if maybe he might flinch at first base.
One ball and 1 strike. One game here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Loops it foul down the right field side. So Durbin ahead of him, 1 ball and 2 strikes. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Mets now have a 2-0 lead over the Washington Nationals. They're in the 3rd inning. David Wright knocking in the 2nd run.
David Wright, Moise Alou, they've started to pick it up for the New York Mets. Wright's been hot for almost 3 weeks or so.
One and 2 the count to Freddie Sanchez. McLeod goes. This is fly to deep center field. And we'll get the run home. Caught by Aaron Rowan. Sac fly for Freddie Sanchez, and the Pirates take a 2-1 lead. Sanchez has knocked in both buck runs. McLeod backtracks to first base, but with 2 outs, it'll bring on Adam LaRoche.
Well, it's the 2nd time he's tried to steal a bag. 2nd time, Sanchez makes contact. I tell you, this guy's just a solid hitter. He's just not even almost trying to go for the hit. He's just trying to have a good at bat, knows he can get a run in, and he goes with the situation.
Adam LaRoche lined into a double play his first time up, 1 strike.
Had a shot of Jeff Manto there having a talk with him. There's Jeff, a local guy from Philadelphia area, from Bristol area of Philadelphia, and the guy played for the Phillies and a bunch of other major league teams.
So the Pirates have regained the lead here. It's 2-1 in the 3rd inning. One and 1 the count to Adam LaRoche. Got that one over. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
McLeod, he's looking to steal. JD has a pretty long delivery. He gets a good jump. He's going to try and go.
There he goes. The pitch out. Even with the pitch out, they don't get him. He's 10 for 10 in stolen bases.
I was just measuring JD up. He had the bases stolen the last 2 times he went. This is the 3rd time, and you can see even with a pitch out, you're not able to get him out. See how, look at the jump. He's already gone, taking off. He's getting ready on a pitch out now. He's hitting the dirt, and it is close. But usually with a pitch out, it gets you by 2 or 3 feet. Or steps, I should say. Excuse me.
2-2 to LaRoche. Beats the foul, still 2-2.
Roach has really started to swing the bat. He was just terrible the first couple months of the season. Had no clue what to do, and it was amazing after watching him all those years with Atlanta. But lately he's swinging. He had a titanic home run here last night. Almost hit it into the Allegheny River.
It's this one on the ground to Iguchi. And that will be it for the Pittsburgh Pirates. They take the lead with a run. It'll be unearned as a result of pass ball, 1 hit and 1 left. Chris Wheeler, play-by-play in the 4th after 3, 2-1 Pittsburgh.
2-1 Pirates as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Beautiful night here in Pittsburgh at PNC Park. And it's time now for our Geico quote of the day. Jason Worth, on his recent hitting success, it's got a lot to do with being comfortable up there. I've been working on not bailing out, but that has to do with timing. I've been hot and cold, but getting regular at-bats has helped me.
Yeah, well, when he bails, and we talked about that, it's hard for him to hit it. And sometimes he just sits down, and that's wasted motion. When you do that, you got to go right toward the pitcher.
15 minutes could save you 50% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. It'll be Jason Worth, Wes Helms, Chris Coast to face the left-hander Tom Gorzolani here in the 4th inning. Phillies tied the game last inning on an RBI double by Pat Burrell, and then the Pirates came right back, took the lead. Worth popped up foul to the first baseman LaRoche's first time up. 2 balls and 1 strike. Gorzolani has been pitching behind a lot of hitters tonight, but really hasn't gotten hurt that much. And he's doing it again here. 3-1 to Jason.
Yeah, this guy's basically right over the top. I don't see really any exceptional pitch that he has that he could be able to continually get you out with.
Towards a gap in right center field, cut off nicely by McLeod, and Worth will have a long single. Boy, he hit that thing right on the nose, and McLeod can really run out there and cover ground in the outfield, and did.
Yeah, one of the things, though, you've noticed when you look at this field, not like a lot of other ones, when it hits the grass, it's really soft. Now check his swing out here, and he doesn't have those problems. See how he stays in there? Remember that swing, and then watch when he hits against a right-hander. That's how he should hit all the time. It'd be tough, or difficult, I should say, to get this guy out of the lineup. Boy, he smoked that ball.
Wes Helms, a batter. Well, you know, you're talking about right and left, and a lot of times that's what separates a platoon player from a regular player, whether you pull off against the pitcher who's pitching on that side.
Yeah, good point. And again, he feels comfortable when he's hitting against the left-handers. And yeah, I've said it before. At 5 o'clock, you know, I'll spot you with just about anyone as far as him hitting balls out of the ballpark. I mean, he can launch them.
Fouled away, right side out of play. Toughest thing for a hitter a lot of times is not to pull off a right-handed hitter off a right-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter off a left-handed pitcher, and that's why they become platoon players.
And not only that, though, he wants to get better, and he's the type of, and he's a good athlete. He runs good. You see him in the outfield. He's catching ball. He just needs to pick up that hitting if he wants to be an everyday player.
No balls and 2 strikes to Wes Helms. Strike 3 call. He turns around and looks at Sam Holbrook, but is gone. And there's 1 out here in the 4th inning.
He turns around and says, hey, was that a strike? I mean, what else is he going to say? Especially when it's a 3rd strike. It doesn't appear to be a strike. It appeared to be a little bit low. I think he was feeling maybe he thought he called it on the swing. That's why he asked, was it a strike?
Chris Coast did a nice job as last time, up with 2 outs in the inning as the 8-hole hitter. Got a base hit, turned the lineup over. Then Jimmy Rollins led off the 3rd inning with a double, and the Phillies tied the game. The 8-hole hitter in the lineup can be so important in a game. especially with 2 outs, and somehow get on base. Quick move over there, and back in time is worth. Coast has hit Pirate pitching well this year, 8 out of 16. Had a cool little 500 clip. He had some big hits against the Pirates in that game, in that series in Philadelphia.
Yeah, he's almost just the opposite. He kind of charges the pitcher, if you will. He doesn't be bailing at the plate. You can see that, although he turned his head. You got to make sure when you're swinging, you got that head down and you're following and trying to see the ball make contact to the bat.
Milt Thompson, Phil's hitting instructor. Doesn't get a whole lot of questions when things are going good. Now striking out a little bit, offense in a little bit of a funk. Hey, Milt, what's wrong? You've been there.
Yeah, well, again, like you're hitting, they have to cut down their strikes. And again, let's face it, there's some guys that are, I think, really, really tired. Look like tired swings, and that's why you're looking at Victorino and Bourne. You can see how valuable they are to your team, because now you can give certain guys some days off, especially like Rowan, who I think has kind of slowed down a little bit. Victorino can get out there and play center field, but that's why you have that good bench.
Foul at the plate, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Coast, with Durbin on deck, the pitcher. Shane Victorino is supposed to join the club later on this afternoon and undergo treatment here this weekend. Then they hope he's okay and go back out on the rehab. There's Chase Utley, and he's just going a little stir crazy right now.
Yeah, you can pass by him, almost don't want to even say anything, because again, everybody's always asking him, hey, how do you feel?
Yeah, he doesn't need to hear that.
Exactly. So you just, he doesn't feel good because he's on the DL, but he feels great as far as in physical condition. But you're looking at a guy that likes to play as much as anybody.
Fouled it back. Yeah, he's 3 weeks and a day past that injury now, and had the hand broken. He'll be re-examined on Monday. Yeah. And he hopes that they're going to give him the go-ahead to be able to start swinging the bat off a tee and maybe live pitching pretty soon.
Well, that will be the test, because again, the pitchers are going to be throwing them hard in, and Derek Lee had a similar type injury, and he was out the whole year.
Look out. Oh, man. Coast got way out in front of an off-speed pitch there, a breaking ball or changeup, and hooked a vicious foul.
Well, when you hear those kind, it's almost like a siren to get down from the earthquake. That ball was just going. You don't even want to try and catch it or have it bounce off of you. You just want to get out of the way.
3-2 again. He fouls another one off. One thing Phillies are trailing this game 2-1. It's not a real hot night, but they have Gorzolani up to 67 pitches already, with 1 out in the 4th inning. That's a pretty high number already for a guy who pitched a complete game shutout in San Francisco in his last time out. There's a breakdown on him, and he chases a high breaking ball and strikes out. Well, that's 2 outs, and now Durbin will bat. Fly to center his first time up.
Wow, this is a curve ball. You can see where it starts, and again, Chris had mentioned how he was out front on a breaking pitch or off-speed pitch. That's exactly what he saw, and he said, well, let me see if he can hit this curveball.
Strike call. Durbin, a ground ball to third. Castillo will go over to Adam LaRoche. That'll end the inning. No runs, a leadoff single, and 1 man left on base. Still 2-1 Pirates. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Bud.TV, where entertainment is always on and only on www.budtv.bud.tv. By Honda, great cars, great deals, little time. The 2007 Honda clearance this year expires September 3rd, 2007. And by WB Mason, don't forget, for office supplies at amazingly low prices. Who but WB Mason? Look at the Allegheny River there, and PNC Park, and Tom Gorzolani has given up 4 hits to the Phillies. Pirates have made the most of their 2. Jason Bay will lead it off. Here in the 4th inning, he flied to Pat Burrell and left his first time up. Bay, Bautista, Castillo here in the 4th inning. And Durbin comes in low. One of the runs off him unearned on a pass ball by Chris Coast. The other on a hustle play by McLeod, scoring from first base on a single in the 1st inning. He was running on the play. Over for a strike. The Pirates have kind of manufactured a couple of runs here tonight to lead 2-1.
Yeah, well, they stole that first run. Cox sending the runner in all the way. McLeod never stopping at third base.
Bay, a hard ground ball foul down the third baseline off the tarp.
You know, what you did mention, no one was lined up there to throw the ball home. Usually on that play, you would throw home, but you're going to throw where the cutoff is. And that was, you would think, an automatic double, but it ended up not being.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Yeah, we saw that. The cutoff really wasn't set up that way, and then the throw went into second, and they took advantage of it.
Yeah, well, once he saw that and going there, it was Katie by the door.
San Diego Padres in town for the weekend of the 24th, 25th, and 26th. That is next weekend. Padres will be in town 7:05, 1:35 on Sunday. The game on Sunday will feature the ShopRite Jimmy Rollins back to school backpack. So come on out, see the Phillies and the Padres. That game could have wild card potential. Hard ground ball. Oh, what a play by Jimmy. Can he get him? Throws, got him by a lot. Oh man, Bautista robbed and then out by 10 feet, 2 outs.
Well, this guy is just amazing. And you know, looking across when you're on the opposition and you're looking at him play, you say, well, yeah, he makes okay plays, but this is night in and night out. And I don't think it's a better shortstop that has a better arm. Maybe that Reyes over there in New York, but that would be debatable. He certainly hasn't made, I would think, that many plays. This guy goes in the hole, Chris, up the middle. Unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of teams think they have the best shortstop on their ball club, and there's Jimmy's numbers. When you watch him play every day, he's just so good and so consistent. Then you think about the offense that he throws out there, and what a player. Castillo, the batter, he grounded out his first time up to the first baseman, Ryan Howard. There's Jimmy Rollins just having another tremendous season. Guy's very consistent. Inside. Durbin holding his own here tonight in this start.
Yeah, he's been back and forth, and trying to catch and get into a groove. Only giving up 2 runs up to this point.
54 pitches for him to this point. Flying into center field deep. Rowan, a long run, takes a look at the warning track, and he had it all the way. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Top of the order. Jimmy's going to lead it off in the 5th. Phil's trail by 1.
Ford came out of nowhere. Watch Victorino's throw. Look at that throw out at home plate. J-Roll's going to end up at third with a triple.
These Goosebumps moments brought to you by the Phillies.
Long drive. Watch this baby out of here.
The Phils host the Padres August 24th, 25th, and 26th for Jimmy Rollins back-to-school backpacks for kids. Order now at Phillies.com.
Well, tonight on Sports Night, get the latest on McNabb's return to the field, as well as the rest of the Eagles-Panthers preseason highlights. Plus, catch the wrap-up of the Phillies-Pirates game tonight on Sports Night after post-game live on Comcast Sportsnet. Downtown Pittsburgh, across the Allegheny River. This is a beautiful setting here for this ballpark. It's on the same side of the river as the old park was, Three Rivers. The football stadium is down in that area now. Jimmy tries to bunt his way on, bunts it foul. He has flied out, doubled, and scored a run.
seem to have some of the same kind of potholes in the streets when I was playing. Do they ever like fix the streets here in this particular part of the country?
Now you're going to get PennDOT all over you.
Well, I'm saying now. I mean, we're coming from the airport. Every time I've come from the airport when I was playing, they're always fixing the roads. I'm just wondering if they ever get through with it.
Pete Rose used to say that. That used to be one of his lines when you come in that expressway coming in from the airport. Pete would have a line. He'd say, "Hey, man, how long have you been in the league?" And a guy would answer. He says, "How long has this road been under construction?"
Exactly. I mean,
He
really,
used to always say that.
I mean, you're afraid to even rent a car here with all the pit holes that they have. I'm telling you.
Oh, I
Boy.
just see somebody.
Beautiful city. I love the city as that ball goes down the line.
It's going to come off the wall quickly, but no, it kind of died out there. So Jimmy with another leadoff double. His second of the game. They got him home last time. And see what they can do now and see if they can tie this baby up for Jimmy Rollins at his double number 29 on the year.
It's really amazing. And this, you expect for big, tall guys to get there. Just a game of inches again, just out of his reach as it goes down the line. Pretty soft, though, in the outfield. Balls are hitting, and they don't really go as far as normally in other outfields.
Iguchi didn't get him over last time. Phillies scored the run anyway, but Iguchi tried to bunt to get him over, a drag bunt. And then he wound up hitting a shallow fly ball to right field. So Gorzolani, of course, is going to pitch him inside, trying to make it harder.
Yep.
This guy can inside out the ball. Oh, look out. Wicked foul right off the Phillies dugout. He just tried to slap that one to right field, and he had Rich Doobie diving down there.
Jeez.
There's Dubes.
You don't have time. He's moving now.
Boy, oh boy, that thing had his number. Yeah, I'm getting behind the screen.
Boy, I tell you, if it's up, you're just hit. You don't have time to react.
Not on that one. Down low, 2-1. On the other hand, you do not have to worry about catching a foul ball in this booth.
So you're safe, and that means I won't see you ducking in these 3 games at all?
You can't hit one this high. It's impossible. Never even see a ball above your eyes up here. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Iguchi tries it again and fouls it to Davey Lopes, who flips it to the crowd.
You know, again, you can get over on a long fly ball. You don't necessarily just have to have it go to the right side.
Now here's where we are up here. So you don't have to worry about a ball coming up here.
Well, it is a little. I tell you what, it's not bad though. It's pretty nice.
It's a beautiful view of downtown, that's for sure. 2-2 on Iguchi. Now he gets him over and more. Jimmy will walk home. That's going to be a double for Tadahito Iguchi. He kept it up even with 2 strikes, trying to do the right thing, and the Phillies have tied the game on back-to-back doubles here in the 5th inning.
J-Roll reading the ball and running the bases like he normally does. Credit to Iguchi and making an adjustment. That's what this kid does a lot. He makes adjustments and makes adjustment on the pitchers. I've seen him hit quite a bit. That rivalry they have with the White Sox and the Cubs. Just check out this swing. Inside pitch, and you see how and it's a hard thing to do. That's something that you just don't teach.
Really?
You really don't.
And he inside out a really hard breaking ball coming at him with 2 strikes.
Yeah, the one good thing about it, that is his natural swing.
Right.
So he's not altering his swing.
That's why he's such a great 2-hole hitter, because he can do that and get somebody over with his natural swing. The Phillies with a chance now to take the lead in the game as Tadahito is at second base with nobody out and a run in. Pat Burrell tonight has walked and doubled in a run for Pat, his 62nd run batted in. Towards the hole and through for a base hit. That baby had eyes. Iguchi will then just walk on over to third. It looked like the third baseman Castillo was going to get it. Then it looked like Torres might keep it in the infield, and they both didn't come up with it.
Well, eyes is right. I mean, the only time you really accept that ball going to the left side is when it goes through or when you get a hit. Normally you do want to hit it to the right side when there's nobody out to get that runner over to third. In this case, he did it and got himself a base hit as well.
Both the infielders are looking up at the replay board to see how they missed that. Well, now Ryan Howard has had a frustrating start to this game. He's gotten jammed twice and popped up to the third baseman Castillo, once fair, once foul. Runners at the corners, nobody out, and they play for a double play to the Pirates, and the pitch is away 1-0. Ryan with an excellent opportunity to pick up his 99th run batted, and he leads the league with 98. He chases a breaking ball, fouls it off, 1-1.
Yeah, I see guys swinging at balls continually in the dirt. I got to question their mental capacity on what you're trying to do. You got to have a game plan. And right now, for me, he needs to get the ball a little up in the zone. You know, you can't keep swinging at the ball in the dirt.
And behind in the count now 1-2 as he tops it foul. Aaron Rowan, the on-deck batter. Phillies have trailed in this game 1-0 and 2-1. Now have tied it at 1-1 and 2-2.
Ryan Howard, I mean, you should really be able to put the fear in pitchers. See what his career is against Pittsburgh Pirates.
Started the night 115 against him with no homers. Now 111. Called out on strikes. He thought it was outside.
He couldn't. He might have thought it was low. The ball looked to be almost right down the middle. You know, and again, when you're looking breaking ball, there's no way you're pulling the trigger on the fastball. Bam, right there. I mean, I don't know what else you want. It's a good old-fashioned fastball. Guys throwing 88, 90. You know, I guess, like Sandberg would say, well, I guess you don't want that ribby over there.
Yeah, well, Aaron Rowan has one sitting out there now, except now the double play comes into play. They're cheating up the middle with the second baseman, or way up the middle with the second baseman, Sanchez, for Aaron. And he takes strike one. So Garzalani trying to pitch out of more trouble. First and third, nobody out. Now one out. And there you see where the second baseman is. Big hole on the right side. That'll get him in deep right center field. This ball is gone. 3-run home run. Aaron Rowan over that 84 lumber sign as he crushes it to right center field. His 20th home run of the year. A 3-1 bolt, and the Phillies have a 5-2 lead.
That's what you call picking up your teammate. You want to be a leader. It's simple. You hit 3-run homers. One of Earl Weaver's quotes. That's just a fastball out over the plate. Check it out. He's going to get extended. And I mean, he just didn't miss it.
Oh, he crushed that thing. That was a long way out there, too. He hit it to the left of the 375 over the sign and just into the crowd. Jason Worth a BB into left field for a base hit. No, the Phillies are getting to Garzalani here in this inning. That's the second straight hit for Jason.
No, he's not throwing a lot of change up. Again, he's right over the top. 88, 90 for major league hitters. Here's that home run. Every time he's short and compact, he gets in the problems when he starts moving around at the plate. And I can guarantee you that's going to make him feel a lot better.
He knew he made a good swing on it. You could see by the follow through that he had, but that thing just got over the wall out there in right field and into the stands. And now they're going to get Humans up. Shane Human, left-hander from LSU that we saw in a game in Philadelphia. Jim Colburn, the pitching coach out there.
You know, just to reiterate just a little bit on Ryan Howard and not being really critical on him. Obviously, I struck out myself in those situations, but not looking and not on any fastball. I'm going to be looking fastball until the cows come home, and you're going to be able to trick me. But man, in scoring position, you're 3, 4, 5 hitters. You cannot be taking fastballs down the middle.
By the way, with that home run, Diane Osterhout of Ben Salem won $100. courtesy of the McDonald's home run jackpot. And as you said, Aaron Rowan picked him up.
Yeah, well, he did. Now, that's what it's all, picking up your teammate.
Jason Worth with 2 hits tonight. That's my personal hero there at first base, Jason Worth, who I lost my garment bag somehow overnight, and it wound up in his room.
Wow.
And he brought it downstairs today, and boy, was I happy to get that.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, he brought it down after you had brought new clothes coming through the door.
I went out and had to buy a few things in preparation for tonight's game, but thank you, Jason Worth. Good, hey, good guy. And realized that my clothes were not going to fit him, that's for sure. There's a 1-6-3 double play off the bat of Wes Helms. However, Phillies have a 4-run inning. 5 hits, the big hit, the 3-run home run by that guy, Aaron Rowan. It's 5-2 Phils. Well, you can help save a life this summer by joining the Phillies in the Red Cross of the 3rd annual Phillies Blood Drive. To be a donor on Saturday, August 18th, all you need to do is register at www.pleasegiveblood.org or call 1-800-GIVE-LIFE. All blood donors will also receive a special limited edition version of the Cole Hamels bobble figurine that features Cole in the Phillies red uniform. Space is limited, so make your appointment now. www.pleasegiveblood.org. As Jason Worth makes that play off the bat of Ronnie Paulino for the first out here in the 5th inning, or call 1-800-GIVE-LIFE. If they keep the bullpen up, if the Pirates keep the bullpen up and hit for Gorzolani. Looks like Humans is still up, and Matt Cada is in the on-deck circle, so the starter will be gone after 5 tonight. Had a 14-inning scoreless streak snap. There's Matt Cada, who played for the Phillies for a while.
Well, just bring him down back to earth, scoring those runs. And again, he must have had everything going with that shutout. I mean, curveball and changeup. He did display a pretty good curveball, I should say.
Ran a lot of deep counts tonight. Here is East Tourist. The Mets now with a 4-1 lead. The Toyota Major League scoreboard. Moises Alou, you mentioned how hot he's been. Hey. It's his 9th.
You throw him that fastball and see what happens to it.
Well, when he's healthy, that's been the problem. He started out hot for him, then missed all those months.
Well, his body's broken down now.
Yeah.
He's been playing so many years and been so consistent that if you can keep him healthy, he's going to contribute in a good way, but he plays too hard.
Right, that's a big if.
Yeah. Well, nowadays, though, I mean, he's not going to be able to, I don't think, because, again, he plays so hard. So he won't be able to play 140, 50 games.
East Tourist fouls it out of play down the line. He's 1 for 1 tonight. 8, now 9 for 15 against the Phillies this year. He had a really hot series in Philadelphia when the Cubs were in town in May. And then, of course, traded over here on the 19th of July from Chicago as Terrio took over as their shortstop for the Cubs. Fouled away again.
Yeah, Terrio just actually won the job, took the job away from him. Terrio, one of those little spark plug type players.
That's Jack Wilson, who's their everyday shortstop.
Looked like he's on his way out of here.
Some rumors that he could be traded. He has evidently cleared waivers. Grounded towards Jimmy. He's going to have to hurry, and he just gets East Tourist. Nice play. Again by Jimmy Rollins, who started that rally with a leadoff double. And here comes Cada out to bat for Gorzolani. And J.D. Durbin looking for that shutdown inning after the Phillies had just given him a 3-run lead with a 4 spot. Cada 241. Was with Texas earlier in the year. He's a switch hitter. And he swings at the first pitch, fouls it out of play. It would appear that Humans will be coming in. Floyd Humans, a left-hander. Shane Humans, excuse me. Phillies once had a pitcher named Floyd Yeoman. Remember him? Hard throwing right-hander. Used to be with the Mets in Montreal, too, out of Tampa. Golf down the right field line. It is gone. A home run for Cada. A pinch hit home run as he looked like he just golfed that thing. Didn't look like it was high enough. Pretty shallow down that right field line, and he got it into the first row. And it's 5-3.
Well, it's getting one back right away, and you're absolutely right. He did drop the head on it, and it just shot out of here, and that's 320 down the line, as you can see it, a little bit high, but not hard to hit home runs for a left-handed hitter.
And 0-2 pitch, so a big run the Pirates just get back there, and that'll bring up Nate McLeod, who has walked twice, scored a run, stolen a base. Here is Matt Cada checking out that bat where he hit that thing.
If he's going to throw that pitch and have it soft, you got to get it in the dirt, period. Especially with no balls and 2 strikes. It's just too good of a pitch. Look at him. He's saying how he whiffed it out of here.
Talking to Jack Wilson. Yeah, well, left-handed hitters, I mean, you throw it on the ground and they can hit it in the air. Just amazing when you watch left-handed hitters, the way they golf. And your point, well taken. With 2 strikes, he's in a defensive mode anyway. To just drop the bat head on it. If it's anywhere near the strike zone, got a chance to hit it somewhere.
Yeah, anything slow, you're speeding up his bat simply because he's waiting. He's going to wait longer to be able to see the pitch. 2 balls and no strikes, or 2 and 1. You're looking fastball, so you're going to be making sure you're out in front a little bit more.
1 and 2 on McLeod. And he chops one foul past John Shelby, first base coach. T-bone Shelby. Sellout crowd here tonight. They have another big fireworks show after the game. And one last night, sold out for the Mets. Another one tomorrow night. Fouled first base side. The Parrot wanted that one, couldn't quite get to it. Longtime Pirate mascot. Here he is. He's a fixture at Three Rivers.
Didn't they have a mascot kind of reunion where they had all the mascots together and they broke out in a fight and was fighting in their costumes? Yeah, seriously.
Would be strange. Broken bat. Nice play, Ryan Howard. Durbin's there, and he got him. Well, that'll end the inning. A run on the pinch hit home run by Matt Cada. Pirates get one back. It's 5-3 Phillies.
Our Independence Blue Cross Philly of the Week honors go to John Vukovic. Vuk enjoyed 30 seasons in the Phillies organization, including 17 seasons as a coach, becoming the longest tenured coach in franchise history. Respected for his dedication to the game, Vuk was honored by the Phillies, the fans, and his family, including all 3 of his triplet granddaughters. John Vukovic was part of a lot of Phillies memories, and now he will always be remembered in the Phillies Wall of Fame. Vuk's Special Night is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross.
Here's the new pitcher, the left-hander Shane Eumann, coming into his 8th game of the year. He had a start against the Phillies when the Pirates were in Philadelphia. There are the overall numbers on him. Record of 2-4. They recently put him into the bullpen. In that game in Philadelphia, he pitched 4+ innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts, and lost that night to J.D. Durbin. That was on the 28th of July. He'll face Chris Coast to lead it off, and then Durbin on the top of the order. Chris tonight, a single and a strikeout off the starter, Tom Gorzolani. And there's another base hit for him as he loops it into center field. So he's 2 for 3. And now 9 for 18 against the Pirates this year, a cool .500. Sunday, August the 26th against the Padres, 1 week from Sunday. Jimmy Rollins back to school backpack free for fans 14 and under, and it is compliments of ShopRite. So come on out, see the Phillies and the Padres. Could have wild card implications. Should be a good series anyway. Order your tickets online, Phillies.com. Nice job by Durbin. He got the bunt down. Sacked 1-4 on the play. Human, the pitcher, to the second baseman, Freddie Sanchez, cover.
Well, you like to see that. Well, he can get his rest, get back into the dugout. Now, the more you see Coast hitting, the more you like him. And what he does is just give you a solid at bat, give you a solid chance because he doesn't bail and he tries to stay up the middle.
And now Jimmy Rollins will bat with 2 doubles tonight and 2 runs scored. Human is 27 years old. He's out of New Iberia, Louisiana, and was a member of the LSU Tigers 2000 College World Series championship team. He and Terrio were teammates there. Guy we were just talking about, and Fontenot was also with the Cubs.
Yeah, Terrio and Fontenot went to the same school.
There you see.
Boy, high ERA, isn't it?
Second African-American starting pitcher in the school history. There's another base hit for Jimmy to center field. Coast is being waved around. Here is the throw to the plate, and he's safe. Good hustle by Chris Coast. McLeod does not really throw all that well from center field, but he made a pretty good throw that time. Phillies pick up the run at 6-2.
Well, I tell you one thing about that Steve Smith. You can get on him and say or do whatever you want. He's as aggressive as a third base coach as you're going to want to see. This one is a good call. And again, you can see how McLeod hesitated just a little bit, throwing a more of a rainbow to the plate. Good slide, though, by Coast as he gets in. And again, good base running by J-Ro and on that high throw.
And he moved to second, right, as you say, good base running. And whether or not Paulino or not had to come out in front of the plate, it's tough for us to tell from up here. But by moving out in front of the plate, he gave Chris Coast home plate to slide at and made it a lot easier. So they come right back and pick up that run they gave up on the pinch hit home run. And now Iguchi, the batter, he has walked, doubled, knocked in a run, and scored a run. Now watch where the catcher is on this play. He's way out in front of the plate. He gives him the home plate to slide at.
Yeah, by then, Coast is sliding, even if he's back. Yeah, I'm sure he would have been in because it was a high throw. It's a low throw, maybe.
You don't know from here whether or not he felt he had to go up in front of the plate or not, but you stay back, at least you can plant that foot and give him a chance to have to spin him off.
Watch him coming up. The throw is just so high. He has his leg out there.
He's trying at the end.
But even if he's back, well, he might have been able to stop him. But I think since the throw was high, he would have actually been able to get in there. Low throw, maybe not.
Chris Coast, as a catcher, saw that he had home plate, so that had to look pretty nice to him. And he got a good read. The reason Steve Smith was ever able to send him is McLeod doesn't throw that well. That's the reports on him, but also Coast gave him a chance to score by reading that ball off the bat. Pretty good base running for a catcher.
I'll say. Well, you don't have to be fast. You just got to be smart and just get good jumps. Read the ball.
If he hesitates on that, then he holds him. Iguchi to right field, and it is a foul ball. Jimmy Rollins, what a night. He struggled a little bit like a lot of guys did in Washington. He was chasing
they all did.
High fastballs.
Struck out over 30 times in the 3 games.
36. 30 by position players. 6 of those strikeouts by the pitchers. 16th 3-hit game of the year.
Well, when he's getting on at the top of the lineup, I mean, that engine just starts.
And he took off and had third base stolen there, but Iguchi swung at the pitch and fouled it back. Jimmy has scored 103 runs now, leading the league.
And that's the tall tale for the leadoff hitter, and whether or not he's had a good year, and that would be 100 runs scored.
And he's over that. We're not through August. Whoop.
Oh, Yeomans, he's so deliberate J-Row reading it. He's on his own on the bases, and he can go anytime he wants. The only time he can't is when he gets a sign from Steve Smith, which is the hold, and that's usually for just the one pitch.
Up the middle, and it's through for a base hit. Jimmy's going to score easily on this one, and the Phillies tack another run on the board. Rollins has scored his 3rd run of the night. 2nd run batted in for Iguchi, a 7 for the Phillies, and they lead it 7-3. Nice piece of hitting.
Oh, right up the middle. Tracy, manager, contemplating. Watch this swing here. Well, I tell you, right up the middle, and it looks so easy, and in Washington it looks so hard. Well, it has a lot to do with the pitching.
Here's Pat Burrell, and he hits this one high and deep down the left field line at the wall. It is gone. Home run, Pat Burrell. Iguchi had to go back and tag up. Burrell gets that one just inside the pole down the left field line. A 2-run shot, and he helps the Phillies now to a 9-3 lead here in the 6th inning. That one was way up in the air, and it was hard to tell now whether it was going to have enough, and he got it around the pole, and the Phillies with 2 big innings here in the 5th and 6th.
Well, you get those top of that lineup going. Fastball, aggressive on the swing, no bailing, and goes right down the line, right there in the cheap seats in the first 2 or 3 rows. And this is the big ballpark to hit the ball out of, and it doesn't carry like a lot of other ballparks.
And that's one of the few places you can get a short home run
well,
here.
325.
325 down the line.
Yeah, middle of the field there, or in left field, 378.
Well,
that's a poke.
It goes out in a hurry here after you go down the line. So Pat Burrell with his 2nd lifetime home run in this ballpark, and his 3rd hit of the game. It's a triple away from the cycle.
No,
what do you think?
I'm right with him. Okay, there's a lot of weird things that can happen.
Well, let me just look it up. I know he's had at least 1 triple because he got it in his first major league game in Houston. Ryan Howard continued to struggle as Human strikes him out for the 2nd out of the inning.
He's not having very much fun, although his teammates have picked him up. Pat Burrell getting the ball hard. He has been hitting the ball a lot harder. Now, if he can hit it there at that 410, okay, he can lean, hit second, and keep going.
He has 11.
Okay, then. All right, there you go.
He got 4 one year in 2003. Had 1 last year on August 11th.
Okay, so, I mean.
Hey, if he hits a double, stretch it.
Stretch it? It's got to be under the confines of the game.
Depending on how the game is at that point, of course. You know, but
stretch
you got a big lead. Stretch it.
No.
Aaron Rowan, a little dribbler to short. East Torres gets him. Phillies with another 4-run inning. They've had 2 in a row. 4 runs, 4 hits, nobody left. Pat Burrell a home run. It's 9-3. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, taking low fares farther. Visit southwest.com. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 50% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. By Honda, great cars, great deals, little time. The 2007 Honda Clearance is here. Expires September 3rd, 2007. And by Thomas Jefferson University Hospital, call 1-800-JEFF-NOW. Freddie Sanchez will lead it off. Jason Worth has moved to left field. Chris Roberson in right. So much for the cycle.
Well, maybe if Charlie was aware that he needed a triple,
I should have called him.
Might have let him stay 1 more plate appearance.
That's all right. He's out of the game now. He had 3 hits, a big night. And Worth a long run for this, and he makes the play.
Yeah, he's just cruising under it.
Yep. Well, he moves over and runs that one down.
Good outfielder, and he gets good jumps on the ball.
Burrow looking at that one. I'd have caught that, right?
Yeah, he would have. Well, I don't know about that one, but you know, he gets good jumps.
Here's Adam LaRoche. Phillies with 4 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th, and now have a 6-run lead, 9-3, in a ballpark where they have gone 7 and 12 since it opened. LaRoche 0 for 2 tonight. There's Coast with a high throw back to J.D. Derman, getting away from him. He has to go back and pick it up.
Well, he didn't panic. He just went up a little bit and said, okay, I'll go pick it up.
I'm not going to pull a rib cage.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Don't panic on him. He just go pick it up.
LaRoche, a base hit to right center field. Roberson will get it back in. So Adam LaRoche with a 1-out single here in the 6th inning. And Jason Bay will bat. He's flied out and struck out. Durbin pitching into the 6th inning. He hasn't had a start for a while, so they weren't sure what his pitch total could be here tonight. They were going to watch him closely after he got to around 70, 75. He's at 78.
Well, he's done a great job so far. Not only that, he's been the recipient of some run support.
And Clay Condrey is up in the bullpen right now. It's not a matter that he's in trouble or anything like that. It's just we're talking about he hasn't been stretched out for a while, so they're just watching his count. There he is. Good breaking ball. 1-1.
Yeah, a little slider that he threw. You see that little break at the last minute.
Another one. Same result, 1-2.
Well, check this out there. That's another breaking ball or cutter. See, Doobie said, well, what is that?
Doobie happy with what he's seeing out there tonight.
Oh, filthy.
Struck him out. Second time he struck Bay out tonight. Another slider.
Another slider.
3 in a row.
Kind of started it on him. Yes, sir. And that's what he calls himself, the real deal Durbin. And he's doing a good job tonight. What a heck of a nickname to name your own self or have it bestowed on you.
I don't know if he still uses it or not, but
sure he does. I every time I see him, I call him the real deal. What do you mean?
That mantle is on him from his first professional appearance. And, you know, you get the feeling from hearing some things from him past there. He's kind of sorry he said that.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he doesn't never say, hey, don't call me the real deal anymore. Okay. Every day I see him, I say, hey, the real deal, JD. Real deal.
He does not lack confidence.
Oh, no.
He is a very, very outgoing guy.
Well, Kyle Kendricks in the same way. Great demeanor on the mound.
Yeah, and Kendrick, the polar opposite of him as a person, he's real quiet and reserved, and JD just the opposite of that.
More of a rock star type guy. There he is. And Kendrick doesn't say 2 words hardly to anyone. Wow.
Hey, he got him. Yeah. Foul tip held on to by Chris Coast. Another strikeout. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 2-6. It's 9-3 Phils.
Come and see the Phils and the Mets go head-to-head.
Well hit to center. It is out of here.
And toe-to-toe.
Base hit right back past Wagner.
Victorino's going to try anyhow, and he's safe.
And face-to-face. For 4 great games, August 27th through the 30th. Don't delay. Order tickets now at Phillies.com.
Here's our Nissan game summary. Phillies were kind of just hanging around in this game. They had 2 big 4-run innings. Pat Burrell a home run. Iguchi a single and a double. Aaron Rowan has a big 3-run home run in the game. And Jimmy Rollins is 3 for 4. Here's Jason Worth. He has a couple of hits tonight. And back for play-by-players Harry.
All right, thank you, Wills. Worth 2 for 3. 2 of the Phillies' 13 hits tonight. Phil's on top by a score of 9-3. Three balls and a strike to Worth. It's a foul. It was Human in a starting role, whom J.D. Durbin beat at Citizens Bank Park. Now Human has been put in the bullpen and a rough first inning. Gave up 4 runs, including Pat Burrell's home run, or Burrell's 1,000th career hit. J.D. Durbin enjoying a little head shower and the run support.
I'd start to settle him down. He ended up making that one bad pitch with no balls and 2 strikes for the home run. Cada. He's been in control, starting to settle down and throw those first pitch strikes.
Rounded to shortstop. He's Tourist. Takes care of Worth. That's 1 down. And it'll bring on Wes Helms. Helms is hitless tonight. He was flying to deep right, struck out, and grounded into a double play. Blake Condrey is getting up in the Phillies bullpen. One ball and no strikes.
I'm sure JD's on that pitch count since he hasn't been starting. They took him out. There he is.
Well, Helms has hit it hard tonight. And this one's over the head of Jason Bay, so Wes will get a double on it.
Boy, the ball was smoked. He actually turned him around like a top. Well, check this out. This is how hard he hit the ball. Jason, not knowing which way to turn, turns back the other way, and it was just too much. Right before that, he had spun toward the left field side. That is the toughest play for a left fielder. That line drive right at you. Just don't know which way to go.
Here's Chris Coast. He loves to hit against the Buccos. 2 for 3 tonight. And in his career against Pittsburgh, he's now 9 for 18.
Well, he just seems to give you a chance every time he's up at the plate as far as in hitting the balls. Shown good mechanics behind the plate, calling a good game. How he charges the plate and keeping that shoulder in. Don't have to worry about him belling.
2 balls and no strikes. It's a fly ball. Abraham Nunez is going to come out and pinch hit for Durbin, as Bautista takes care of that one. Thursday, August 23rd, when the Phillies host the Dodgers in a Citizens Bank Business Person Special at 105. All fans will get a Jamie Moyer Pride of the Phillies print. And after the game, kids can run the bases courtesy of Modell Sporting Goods. That's August 23rd. Next Thursday at 105 at Citizens Bank Park. Order your tickets 215-463-1000 or online at Phillies.com. Nunez batting for Durbin, so Durbin goes 6 innings. Gives up 3 runs to a Mern. Well on his way to a win, and he has to be fairly pleased with this start in his bid to stay in the starting rotation.
It looks like he's really starting to feel a lot more relaxed.
Nunez grounds it sharply, but at third baseman Castillo and Abraham is out. For the Phils, no runs, a hit, and one left. Stretch time, we go to the bottom of the seventh. Phils 9, Pittsburgh 3.
Coming up after our Phillies coverage, we'll have full highlights from the Eagles' second preseason game as Donovan McNabb makes his first appearance at Lincoln Financial Field since he was injured. And we'll hear from number 5 and the head coach, Andy Reid. Also, we'll recap the Phillies in Pittsburgh on Toyota Sports Night.
Our Darts Up Fans Trivia Quiz tonight. Which player did Pittsburgh pirate away from Philadelphia, thus earning their current name? Well, back in 1891, it was a player named Louis Bierbauer. Log back on to Phillies.com and find out if you're the winner of the Phillies prize pack. Thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans. Abraham Nunez stays in the game to play third base. He'll bat where he pinch hit the 9 spot. The new pitcher is Clay Condrey. He will bat in the 7 spot. Clay appearing in game number 23. He's won 4, lost none, a 5.28 ERA. 36 hits in 29 innings, 17 earned runs. He has struck out 19, walked 11. Jose Castillo will be the first one to face Condrey. Good 6 innings by J.D. Durbin, who stands to win his 5th, with the Phillies leading it by a score of 9-3. One strike to Castillo. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Brandon Webb now has pitched 39 consecutive scoreless innings as Arizona leads Atlanta 1-0. One ball and one strike. What's Oro's 56?
Yeah, 50. I believe it's 56.
Wow. Here's a trickler to Ryan Howard. Howard underhands to Condrey and plenty of time to get Castillo one down.
And Oral Hershiser broke the record that stood for a long time by Don Drysdale, right?
Right. Don Drysdale had it. I think Gibson, Bob Gibson, had a streak that same year. Drysdale, or there's some tough pitchers.
Cool. Well, they lowered the mound after Gibson had that ERA under 2. 1.12 or whatever he had that one year.
Ronnie Paulino has grounded out and flied out to right. Smokes this ball to dead center field. That's deep, and this ball is out of here. Center field home run. Ronnie Paulino, his 9th of the year. And it is now a 9-4 game. And we'll bring on Cesar Izturis.
I can't hit a ball any harder. Perfect swing, right straight away center field, and it got back up in the rolls. It's a long way to go. It's 399, 400 out there that way.
One strike to Izturis. Inside 1-1.
Josh Phelps, big right-handed hitter, into the on-deck circle to bat for Human.
2 balls and a strike. It's Phelps.
Started the season with the Yankees. Looks like Solomon Torres up. He pitches a lot for this club.
Shallow left field. Worth is there. And that's 2 down.
Well, it's time now for our Citizens Bank Not Your Typical Phillies fact. It concerns that guy in the game right now at third base, Abraham Nunez. hit his first major league home run as a member of the Pirates against the Phillies on the 12th of September 1998 off Mark Portugal. For more not your typical facts and to see how you can take it to the bank and win 10 grand, visit citizensbankpark.com. Citizens Bank, not your typical bank.
Josh Phelps hitting .333 since joining the Bucks. 3 homers. He has knocked in 9. 1 ball and no strikes.
Not bad numbers. Coming over .333, 3 home runs. He's playing in a bad position, though, if you're over there with LaRoche.
2 balls and no strikes.
We saw him a lot in spring training playing for the Yankees, and then he opened the season on the Yankees roster. The Yankees have had a lot of churn this year, and Phelps one of them.
Phelps for the Yankees hit .263 with a couple of homers. Beats the foul, third base side. Full count to Phelps. 2 outs, a run across. Phil's on top, 9-4 here in the 7th inning. Line drive hit the left field. Phelps a pinch single. It'll bring on the top of the order Nate McLeod. Phelps has walked twice and he is grounded out. A high foul, left field side. It'll go out of play. 1 strike to McLeod. J.D. Durbin looking on. He's finished for the night. One ball and 1 strike. Line drive foul. 1-2 the count to McLeod. Phelps at first base with 2 down.
Well, Howard's going to play behind Phelps now at first base.
And
unbelievable.
Right to the spot where he vacated over the bag for a double for McLeod.
Well, he just moved him off the bag. And would you know, that's exactly where he hit it.
So runners are at second and third now with 2 outs for Freddie Sanchez.
See, just out of the reach. Couldn't even dive and get it. This is big here. I mean, you don't want to mention their way back into the game, and especially now after 2 outs. They already have 1. Probably their best hitter up in terms of just knowing exactly how to hit.
Yeah, Sanchez, a guy makes contact. And in this situation, all they want is just something to get 2 runs in here and all of a sudden get themselves interested again, make it a game. Those 2-out runs, you know, they can be so important whether you let them in or whether you get them yourself.
Well, this year, when you can't be home to watch the Phils on TV, check out MLB.tv. You can log on to the internet to watch every out-of-market Phillies game of the season live, catch those you miss on demand, or listen to every radio broadcast live. Sign up today for MLB.tv, an unparalleled live baseball experience. For more details, visit www.phillies.com, where baseball is always on.
Mets had these guys down twice, big
Exactly.
time, and they came back and won last night to the Pirates. They couldn't catch up in the first game, lost 10-8. So they'll come after you.
1-1 the count to Sanchez. He singled to drive in a run, hit a sac fly, and fly to deep left.
He scored 102 runs coming into this game in the month of August, second only to the Yankees in Major League Baseball.
Well, he was trying to hit it out of the ballpark, and he missed that pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Freddie Sanchez.
Now, you would think he'd have a different 2-strike approach than that.
Two balls and 2 strikes.
They're talking about they've really been good here in the month of August, hitting some homers too.
Little tapper past Condrey. J-roll bare hands and throws him out. Nice play, Jimmy Rollins once again. What a shortstop he has played all year. He'll lead off the inning as they get 1. The Phils still lead it 9-4. Phils on top 9-4 as we move to the 8th, and J-Roll's been very much a part of it at the top of that order.
Boy, he's been unbelievable here tonight. Just when the Phillies needed to pick it up a little bit, they're trailing in the game, struggling offensively, doubles and scores there, doubles and gets a 4-run rally started here. And then in the 6th inning, here he goes again with a base hit. Strong throw home by McLeod and scoring Chris Coast. And then he just made a tremendous play to end the last inning on that, just coming in with a bare hand and throwing out Freddie Sanchez so that the Pirates couldn't get more excited about this game. Here's a play that ended last night. Look at this play.
That's ridiculous. Really is.
He has played superb defense all year. Now the veteran Solomon Torres will be the new pitcher. This will be his he's 35 years of age. It'll be his 47th game. He has 1 loss, 4, 5.40 ERA, 44 hits, and 43 in the 3rd innings, 36 strikeouts, 16 walks. J-Roll fouls it off. Torres last year led the league in appearances. He pitched in 94 games for the Bucks last year.
Now, Torres has been a closer here for them for a number of years. Kind of struggled in that role. Now Graybo for the most part has been doing that, although Matt Capps closed it out for them last night. Hard throwing right-hander.
Backdoor breaking ball misses. 2 balls and a strike.
One thing about Torres, though, for a number of years, you talk about a guy who'll take the ball and pitch all the time. It's this guy.
J-Roll, good career numbers off him. J-Roll is 5 for 8 lifetime off this right-hander.
94 appearances for him last year. 94 out of the bullpen.
I believe in appearances. J-Roll's retired, and that'll bring on Tadahito Iguchi. He's 2 for 3 with a walk.
Said he tied Kent Tekulve. There's Jose Mesa up to get an inning tonight. Tied Kent Tekulve. It'd be interesting to see how many innings Torres pitched as opposed to how many Teak would have pitched with 94 appearances. Because those guys then, when Teak pitched more innings.
Yeah. 1 strike to Iguchi. Two strikes to Iguchi. got him with 3 pitches. So that's 2 down. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, who salutes America's designated drivers, by your quality Ford dealer, and by Rico. Move your ideas forward with Rico dependability.
Here's Shane Victorino back with the ball club. He's due to get here about 5, 6 o'clock tonight, and he has arrived. And mentioned he will undergo treatment throughout the weekend, and they hope to get him on a rehab next week.
Chris Roberson batting for the first time. Chris hitting at .273.
Praying mantis just landed on him. That's nice. Handle it very delicately.
On ball and 1 strike to Roberson. Came on defensively. Big night for Pat Burrell, who walked, doubled, singled, and homered tonight. Beats the foul at home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chris batting strictly left-handed now. Hadn't been switch hitting. Was just 1 for 9 right-handed. So he has decided to go strictly from the left side.
Well, usually guys that can't hit the ball out of the ballpark with great speed, they try and make them switch hitters.
There's that praying mantis.
In the air to center field, pretty deep, but McLeod tracks it down. And the Phillies are down here in the 8th. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. At the end of 7.5, it's 9-4 Phillies.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Phillies and may not be reproduced nor retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Phillies.
Praying mantis still in an upside-down mode as we move to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Jose Mesa comes on to pitch. Mesa appearing in game number 26 for the Phils. He's 0-2, but a good ERA of 2.49. He has a save, 25 in the 3rd innings, 18 hits, 7 earned runs. He has struck out 11, walked 11. Adam LaRoche will be the first one to face him. He's lined into a double play, grounded out, and singled. Bottom half of the 8th, Phil's on top, 9-4. Getting the commanding lead in the middle innings. 3-run homer by Aaron Rowan, 2-run homer by Pat Burrell. One strike to LaRoche. Lined into center field. Rowan is there. And that's 1 down. It'll ring on Jason Bay, who was flied out and twice struck out. One ball and no strikes. Got that fastball over. 1-1 the count. 2 balls and a strike.
That is Sean Chacon up in the bullpen. Looks like he'll come in to pitch the 9th inning for the Pirates.
Three balls and a strike. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Arizona up their lead over Atlanta to 3-0. Chris Young and Reynolds have both homered for the Diamondbacks.
Chris Young is really having a year for them. He can catch the ball in center field too.
Brandon Webb now has gone 40 shutout innings.
Guess he wants to win another Cy Young.
They gets the walk.
Time now for our Rico defensive play of the game. And it involves who else? Jimmy Rollins. Great play to his right. Pops up. Throws out Castillo. And then with 2 men on. Here he comes on Freddie Sanchez. Bare hand throws. Got him. Saved a run. Saved the inning from going on. Move your ideas forward with Rico dependability.
Here's Jose Bautista. Runner at first and 1 out, 1 ball and no strikes. Has J. Roll ever won a Gold Glove? I don't think he has.
Nope.
That's kind of. This is well hit to left field over the head of Worth and out of here. Line drive home run, Jose Bautista, and all of a sudden it is now a 9-6 game. Number 10 for Bautista.
Well, it's a game where Charlie Manuel's trying to stay away from the back of the bullpen guys and not even get them up and ask the other guys to get the job done, and then now it's starting to get a little antsy.
Well, these guys have proved it the last couple of series. They have no quit in them. That ball gets right in the front row. Nevertheless, it's a home run. Still got to make quality pitches, and the time of jubilation is when the game's over and you're on top.
Jose Castillo. He is 0 for 3 tonight. One ball and 1 strike.
Pirates hitting a lot of home runs too. They've hit 25 home runs now here in the month of August. 26 with 3 tonight.
Breaking ball for a strike. 1 and 2 the count to Castillo. Another breaking ball misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trying to back up the middle. There's J-Roll. And there's out number 2. And bring on Ronnie Paulino.
If you're a pitcher and the ball goes near you like that, let it go.
No, it's just a reaction. You have a tendency, any ball that's hit to you, you're going to want to try and catch it. It's just the way that it is. And you're right, though. You should let them go. But every one of the pitchers will always try and catch a ground ball that's headed back up the middle.
When they have to go for them like that, a lot of times all they do is deflect them.
We have seen Jimmy Rollins make more great plays this year.
No, it's unbelievable.
I would hope that he would be rewarded with a Gold Glove. He certainly deserves it, the way he has played defense this year.
Strong arm. It's just hard to hit balls over there anywhere near the hole or up the middle. Choppers are coming in. He bare hands them.
In the shallow center field on the broken bat. It's caught by Rowan, and that will be all for the Pirates. They do get 2 on the home run by Bautista. And we move to the ninth. 9-6 Phils. 9-6 Phillies as we move to the 9th inning. Sean Chacon is going to be the new pitcher. It's his 48th game. He's had 4 starts. He's won 4, lost 3, a 4.20 ERA. 81 in the 3rd innings, 81 hits, struck out 66, walked 40. Ryan Howard will be the first one to face him, and Ryan is the only one in the Phillies starting lineup that did not get a hit in tonight's game. Ryan's popped up twice and struck out twice.
Might have been a good day for a day off. Ryan doesn't like taking them days off, but a lot of times when your swing isn't there, a day or so on the bench will help you come back that next day.
So trying to change that here. Leading off the Phillies 9th. He has never faced Chacon.
Game is now into a save situation, so Brett Myers is up in the bullpen.
And chases an off-speed pitch, 1 strike to Howard. There's Brett. On ball and 1 strike. Chacon, 29 years of age. He's pitched for Colorado and the Yankees before joining the Pirates. And on the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Sarge Jr. hitting a home run.
Starting to heat up. This is a good months to be able to do that. Used to call this that salary drive long time ago, before all the multi-contracts. You had to hit that second half in order to get paid.
I don't think he's worried about a salary drive.
Well, no. I was saying when I was playing. I know that.
He doesn't have to worry.
No, he's not worried.
Boy, did he cash in.
Ryan Howard gets a walk. Sarge Jr.'s home run giving the Angels a 4-1 lead on Boston in the 8th inning. Boston won the day end of that split day-night doubleheader this afternoon.
What was that contract that Gary got?
Got something lucky, somewhere in the 40 or 50 range.
40, 50 what?
What do they call them? Millions these days? Is that what they call them these days?
I don't know.
Well,
no idea.
Michael Jack and I, we used to talk about that quite a bit.
Aaron Rowan loops one into shallow center. That's going to find open spaces. Well read by Howard, who's going to finish at 3rd base, and the Phillies have runners at 1st and 3rd. So pretty soon it may not be a save situation. Maybe Brett Myers won't be coming in this game. It's 9-6 Phillies, and Phillies threatening to add to that lead here.
Well, the way this club has been scoring runs in Pittsburgh, you need all the runs you can get. They do have that don't give up attitude. They've been doing that so far tonight.
Yeah, they're slowing Myers down a little bit out there right now. They just got Zagurski up to start throwing just for that reason if he gets out of the save situation. So, Brett was starting to get into a lather out there, and then you get to a point whether you want to use him or not.
Jason Worth is 2 for 4, and he loops a foul on the first base side.
In Pittsburgh, now they're playing that infill in. They don't want to give up another run, so that means that they're not going for the double play, trying to cut off the run at the plate.
Greg Dobbs is in the on-deck circle to bat for Mesa.
And they have to like what they just saw from Ryan Howard. We're talking all night what a tough night he's having. Draws the walk and then reads that perfectly off the bat. and bust over to third base. It doesn't seem like that big a deal, but you know, you want to keep scoring the way these Pirates have come after teams lately.
Anything that you can do to make your team win, even if you don't get hits or not hitting, that's what you have to do.
2 balls and a strike. Went through to Worth.
That's a tough pitch. That ball up and in to the right-handers or any of the left-handers, that's where you'll get that hole right up and in. But if you leave it out over the plate, that's when usually that hitter will have a pretty good swing, either base hit or lose it.
Got him, struck him right out of there. That's one down. And it's up to Dobbs now to get this runner home from third. Dobbs batting for Mason. So Dobbs with runners at first and third. Hitting at .286 with 8 homers, 42 RBIs. He's been an excellent pinch hitter. He is 12 for 41 as a pinch hitter, leads the league in pinch hit RBIs with 13 of them. Howard at third, Rowan at first. Infield backs up in double play depth. 1 ball and no strikes to Dobbs. Tried to check, he committed. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dobbs. Very high. 2 balls and a strike. Wide, 3-1. This goes to up next. Howard at third. And Rowan at first. Fouls it off, it's full count.
That's where they make a decision whether to run or not. Stay out of a double play and get the run, or worry about a strikeout double play, and that's where the decision comes in.
Well, I think he's got to go. If gets a, you know, I mean, stay out of the double play for me. You're ahead right now, so if he hits it on the ground, you don't want that double play. He might be able to score that run. See, the infielders are in, just cheating kind of in a little.
Runner does go. It doesn't matter. It's ball 4. So the Phillies have the bases loaded with 1 out for Chris Coast. Coast 2 for 4 tonight. Phillies trying to add to their 9-6 lead here in the 9th inning. Inside, 1 ball and no strikes to Coast. Low. 2 balls and no strikes to Coast.
This Chacon used to have a lot better control. He was a starter at one time. This guy used to be around the plate. Fastball, slider,
Yeah, then
curveball.
Clint Hurdle used him as a closer for a while out there in Colorado. You say he was a starter.
And he was good then.
Yeah, and then he went to the Yankees and just flamed out for Joe Torre. They really butted heads when he was over with the Yankees. Trying to come back here with the Pirates.
Pitching coach Jim Colburn out to try to settle him in here. Bases are loaded with 1 out. 2-0 to Coast.
Chris Coast has had a bunch of big hits against the Pirates in Philadelphia last time. He hit that home run. Boy, that lit the place up. Crowd went crazy after he hit that. And this is part of an 8-run inning where he gets a base hit, knocks in a couple, and he's kept it up here tonight, swinging the bat well against these guys.
Lifetime against the Buccos. He is now 9 for 19. Make that 10 for 20. 2 runs are going to score, and the Phils take an 11-6 lead on a bases loaded single by Chris Coast.
Boy, that's big. That's his 3rd hit of the game, and you like to see that. You know, he never complains about not playing and so on. And when he gets in to get his chance, he shows you why he should be playing. Nice hitting up the middle. Spanked up the middle, give you some extra insurance runs.
So it's 11-6 Phils. Nunez batting for the 2nd time.
And now Zagorski will probably come into the game in the 9th inning. There's
right.
Jim Tracy just looking on. His team keeps trying to get back into it, but pitching won't hold up.
Nunez grounded to 3rd his first time up. And Chacon falls behind him. 2 balls and no strikes. Fouls it out of play. 2-1. Phils banged out 16 hits and lead this one 11-6.
I needed one of these games where that offense just kind of took things over.
Well, 11 of their last 12 games have been decided by 2 runs or less. Now that is an indication what you're talking about is they've been in all these close games lately, and you know, hopefully this one could be a little bit of a laugher. If they can hang on here.
Top to 3rd base. They get 1. They're not going to get the double play, but they got the lead runner at 3rd base. Dobbs is forced to 3rd. 4 out, number 2. And it'll bring on Jimmy Rollins. J-Roll is 3 for 5. 2 doubles. He has scored 3 runs, boosting his leading total to 104 runs scored this year. On strike. One ball and 1 strike. Foul out of play. 1 and 2 to Jimmy Rollins. Second ball missing. 2 balls and 2 strikes. West Coast at second base. Abraham Nunez at first with 2 outs. He went. So J-Roll goes down swinging, and that'll be all for the Phils. The Phils do have 2 runs in the inning, though. On 2 hits and leave 2. We go to the bottom of the 9th. 11-6 Phillies. Left-hander Mike Zagorski will be the Phillies' new pitcher. This will be his 24th game, just called back up. Previous stint with the Phils, he was 1-0 with a 4.58 ERA, 19 2/3 innings, 20 hits and 10 earned runs. He has struck out 19 and walked 10. Zagorski had lights out minor league numbers. His combined numbers in the minor leagues this year: 0-0, 5 saves, a 1.39 ERA. That's the Clearwater, Reading, and Ottawa. And he had 49 strikeouts in 32 1/3 innings. So he pitched great down in the minors and now back up with the Phils, trying to shut him down here.
Check out Sombrano. He just signed himself a 5-year deal, $91.5 million. Wow. With a vested option for the 6th year, which is right around 19. Good to be a baseball player these days.
Evidently is the largest average salary, 18.3, awarded to a pitcher in a multi-year deal in baseball history. Carlos Zambrano.
Wow.
He stirs greets Zagorski with a base hit. And we'll have a pinch hitter now for Chacon. It'll be Jack Wilson.
Well, their other 2 pinch hitters have gotten hits, and all month this team has done a great job in pinch hitting.
Jack Wilson batting at .266. 6 homers. He's knocked in 34. Plays for the most part, so he's only pinch hit 3 times. 1 for 3 is a 3 for 3 as a pinch hitter. One for 3 as a pinch hitter with a home run. Wilson, you don't figure he hit too many home runs, but he did one and hit one as a pinch hitter. Places this ball to left. It's by Worth and all the way back to the fence. So the Pirates have runners at second and third on the pinch double by Jack Wilson. Well, you never know. You might have to get Brett Myers.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's getting out. No, he'll be getting out now for sure.
That's a shame. I mean, you know, they're trying to get through this game by using some of the guys that don't pitch that much with a big lead, and they're not able to do it.
Well, this club has been coming back, and you know, they believe that there's no lead that's big enough.
So the runners are at second and third with nobody out for Nate McLeod. McLeod is 1 for 2. He's walked twice, grounded out, and doubled.
With a 5-run lead, of course, they can play everybody all the way back right now. All they were trying to do is get an out. Just get a count down to outs and get out of here.
One strike to McLeod. Ground ball, Iguchi to Howard. The run will score. But that is out number 1. And it's now in the 11-7 game. And the batter will be Freddie Sanchez. Sanchez is singled, hit a sac fly to deep left and grounded out on a fine play by Jimmy Rollins. Moving up to third base was Jack Wilson. Ball out of play. One strike to Sanchez. Bouncing that one up there, 1 ball and 1 strike. Chase the pitch up about high. 1-2 the count to Sanchez.
This guy doesn't swing and miss a whole lot, that's for sure. He will chase, but he
likes that fastball. Just swinging it hard, tried to tomahawk it.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, that game's over at Atlanta. 4-0 Arizona. Brandon Webb extended his scoreless inning streaks to 42 consecutive innings.
Boy, he's not the pitcher to be seeing right now.
Oh, wow.
What was that?
Was over his head, and somehow he got his bat on the ball and grounds out. The run does score, but that's out number 2. And Sanchez helps the Phillies get 2 outs there. I mean, how do you hit that? But you even hit that.
That's why I said he doesn't swing. Seem to swing and miss this.
Yeah, you don't strike out. Look at that. I mean, he actually had to get up to get the RBI. You're talking about somebody getting on top of a pitch.
What that looked like? That looked like a hit and run swing. You know, where you got to protect the runner.
Somebody said, "Hey, man, what are you doing up there?" He said, "Hey, I don't know."
I thought the runner was going. By the way, 2 walks and 6 strikeouts, or 2 hits and 6 strikeouts for Brandon Webb tonight. A 2-hit shutout with 6 strikeouts. What an amazing run he's on.
Look at, I mean, that's getting on top of the ball, and whoa.
See the guy hit that looked like a guy who used to play here named Roberto Clemente would swing it like that, and balls in the dirt up around his head, and he'd hit him. And Sanguillen too.
Sanguillen is the guy that would just step away from it and swing at balls all over the place.
2 strikes here to Adam LaRoche. One ball and 2 strikes.
Skursky needs to get him out here, because if he gets on, they might have to go to Myers. I mean, Brett's had a strange time out there tonight, throwing and stopping, but it's been kind of a bizarre last inning, and also in the 8th.
And he rings him up, so that'll end the game. As LaRoche is called out on strikes, 2 runs score in the 9th inning, but they didn't mean anything as the Phils win it by a score of 11-8. Our Chevrolet players of the game, Jay Roll and Pat Burrow. Jay Roll scored 3 runs. Pat Burrow was 3 for 3 with a home run. Jay Roll also played superb defense. They are our Chevrolet players of the game, Jimmy Rollins and Pat Burrow. W.B. Mason delivery of the game came from Pat Burrow, from Aaron Rowan back in the 5th inning.
Boy, did he drive that ball, and you know a guy's hitting it right when it's going out to right center. That's our W.B. Mason delivery of the game, Aaron Rowan.
Rowan with a 3-run home run as the Phillies win it by a score of 11-8. Now for a look at what's coming up here on Comcast Sportsnet. Let's go back to our Comcast Sportsnet studios.
Thank you, Harry. Here's some of what you'll see on Toyota Sports Night coming up shortly. The Eagles are in action. Donovan McNabb's long-awaited return to the field took place tonight. We'll have full highlights and hear from number 5 live in the program. Also, Rick Tocchet found out his sentence for his involvement in a gambling ring. We'll bring you the verdict and reaction.
And Michael Vick's future hangs in the balance. We'll tell you if he made a decision that could affect the rest of his life. All that is ahead. But after a short break, we'll send it back to Harry Callis and the guys for a final word. Stick around.